Okay, here I am again. So this is really fun for me because, it's kind of nice when you can, kind of do two things at once. So by me being able to kind of practice and have fun, and also it feels productive because I'm able to share it as content, either as content or maybe just something that friends and family can listen to and enjoy and maybe learn, be encouraged by. So just showing that process, and I feel like for me, making videos, me doing it in the most effortless way possible is really good. Sometimes when it comes to recording, trying to set up microphones, and if you're going to set up video, I need to make sure I look good for the video. I'm not making any weird faces or anything that's, makes me cringe. So that's just what I'm trying to get at. That's why I like doing it this way. So hopefully you guys like it too. But anyways, right here I'm looking at the song Cold Water by Major LAZER and Justin Bieber. And this is the original key, which is D minor, I think. So those are kind of some of the four main chords. And so the chords I'm playing here, D minor, then I'm going up to F, A minor, A sharp, or B flat. And, so this is the key, D minor, but, you could practice singing in the original key, but you can also raise or lower the key as well. And hopefully, some of you guys are not too confused by that, but if you're kind of familiar with music, it makes sense. But this is a D minor, the first chord I start on, but I can lower it, from D minor to a lower starting chord, and then all the other chords on it are going to kind of follow along with whatever that starting chord is, if that makes sense. So we have the D minor, then goes to F. But if I were to transpose it lower to like C sharp minor, so the first chord is C sharp minor, and then the next chord is E, and then we have G sharp minor, and then A major. So we have kind of the same sound as we did before, but it's just a little bit lower. Instead of my starting note being D minor, it's moved down to C sharp minor or D flat minor. Because C sharp or D flat, that's the note that's in between C and D on the keyboard. It can be C sharp and D flat are the same note. It's the in-between note between C and D, if that makes sense. Okay. So now we have at C minor, and when I play those chords, everything is a little bit lower, and that means it'd be a little bit lower and maybe easier for me to sing along with if it's too high. So now I'm going to bring it down even lower. Now it's C minor. So it went from D minor to C sharp minor to C minor. So that's even lower now. That's 2 steps down. Now let's bring it down even lower. B minor. So you could kind of see that, D is higher, B minor is lower. So now the chord progression is B minor, D, F sharp minor, G. Okay? So I'm going to try it first at the original key, D minor. That's D minor there. And we could practice singing it, but also I think it's really helpful when you're trying new songs, just hitting the note and singing it as effortlessly as possible. Sometimes we're so focused on the words that we're singing that we don't pay attention to the actual musical pitches that we're supposed to sing. So, everybody gets high sometimes, right? So, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. or, just practice with different types of sounds, kind of a vocal scat to get comfortable. So sometimes there's songs that maybe ba-da-ba, bee-dee-bee, ma-ma-ma, do-do-do, goo-goo-goo. I kind of play around with it, kind of some different types of gibberish. And, a lot of these different sounds, they have different tone qualities. So it's good to kind of practice singing with just a single sound and kind of master it. It's just more simple. And just imagine when you sing a song, everybody gets ha, ha, ha. So, body, ba, 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 or hi, 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 hi. That one little syllable sound, those are things that you could practice singing the whole song with that, because there's something about the way it's pronounced and maybe the tone and the overtones of it that really adds color. And some sounds are a little bit easier to make than others. So this is in the original key. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. So like ba and da. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So you could even hear too the way I'm singing, maybe I think it's important when you start listening, there's something about you have to listen to yourself and listen pretty deeply to whoever it is that you're trying to learn how to imitate, because I think there is a tonal difference between somebody who is singing in a very open, effortless kind of voice versus a straining voice. So, if you are trying to sing something and it's straining, and then you listen to the original singer and you hear they're not straining, it's like, okay, so there's obviously something I'm not doing right. And you're adjusting your voice a little bit, maybe trying to lighten up your voice, trying to make it come out more effortlessly and relaxed until you hit that sweet spot where it's like, oh, okay, now we're in sync, like I'm in the pocket of that sound. So when I was singing, ba-da-ba-da-ba, you could hear I'm singing kind of light and a little bit round, ba-ba-ba-ba. And then when I was singing a little bit later, I made it even more dopey and round. Ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, or even ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ma-ma-ma-ma-ma, no-no-no-no-no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. So you kind of hear how I'm even slowing things down and trying to listen to it, and so I've had some good vocal teaching in the past, but there has been a period of time where I stopped taking the vocal teaching just because, as far as making enough money, to be able to afford those lessons. But then I did a lot of self-study, and I think sometimes when it comes to different singers, sometimes your personality can have a big effect on what kind of singer you are. And that's not going to, make, I don't want you to feel like that, you somehow have some type of block or limit of what you're capable of. But maybe it's kind of like because of your personality, that's why certain things might come naturally to you. And, as long as you're aware and you try to grow and adjust, you continue to grow. Because I'm very stubborn about, what I could sing. I want to sing everything, and I refuse to accept, that I can't sing certain things. And, so I'm just continuously optimistic. I try not to overly push myself in an unhealthy way, but sometimes when I'm practicing singing, if I feel like I have the energy for it, I might just go for it, even if I'm straining, and just go for it and then take a little break afterwards, because I guess where bad technique and straining is really the biggest issue. I'm burping a little bit, sorry. The biggest issue is when you do it consistently, like if you were to sing an entire show with bad form, and if you're unaware of it and you just continue, then, it gets more detrimental to your vocal health. So, on some nights, maybe I decide, I want to go ahead and just go for that one song that I've been having challenges with for a while. I'll just go and kind of sing my heart out and then take a break. And because sometimes just going for it is like a way of experimenting, and you can notice, when you just go for it, what works and what doesn't work. It's like, oh, wow, I was able to make that really high note, effortlessly, because I, just kind of sang that note in a goofy way. You've kind of discovered a new part of your voice. So, yeah. So just notice those things. Okay, so here we go again. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-da-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. And then we have, and if you feel ba-ba-da-ba, ma-ma-ma-ma, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba, no-no-no-no-no-no. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So kind of playing around with those different sounds, I kind of getting a feel for which one actually kind of helps me find that coordination. And even right there with that, and if you feel you're sinking, when I did that do-do-do-do, there's something about that helped me feel like, oh, okay, I grabbed a hold of something to kind of, So I think when you're listening too, it's good to maybe when you're listening closely, if something kind of clicks in your mind, try to describe it to yourself of like, what's going on there. Because I think sometimes it's like internally we have a sense of like, I feel like I know how to do that, So that's how I feel sometimes when I hear different singers, is that I hear the way they sing, and somewhere inside of me, I kind of feel like something seems familiar about that tone, like I've done it before somewhere, and you play around with it until you kind of discover it. It's like it's right on the tip of your tongue. So yeah, when you hear something, if you're able to describe it in a way that helps you remember, how I was going to describe it when I do the do-do-do-do, there's something about it that made me think that it's almost like I was able to grab onto the pull-up bar, in a comfortable way and pull myself up in, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, ma-ma-ma-ma. There's something about it that... So I'm just showing you my process. But anyways. Do 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 do. Yep. So, and then, you know, once you get comfortable singing it with sounds, then singing the words are easier because you're hitting those notes, you're singing in an effortless, open way, and then just being able to replace those sounds with the words. So when I go, everybody, you know, do 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 do. So you might not get it the very first day, but sometimes just practicing that for a little bit over time, it's like your voice opens up to it. Do 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 do. Everybody gets high sometimes, you know. Maybe I might sing it a little more musical theater-like, just so it's very open and clear. What else can we do when you're feeling low? Whoa. So take, see right there, a little bit of a crack. So take a deep breath. So take a deep breath. So take a deep breath and let it go. You should have been drowning on your own. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold water with you. And although time may Yep. So you can kind of hear how I'm doing that. It's opening up a little bit, and even when it comes to maybe adding more edge to the voice, because I was saying I sing it sometimes very clean, like musical theater-like, or a little bit round and, you know, slowly, that once you begin to get very comfortable with the coordination, then you have a little bit more dexterity where you could really play with it. So when you go, and if you feel, you know, if I want to get more edgy with that, and if you feel, and if you, na 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 na, na 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 na, na 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 na. So even that right there, you know, I'm kind of a little bit in my nose, the roof of my mouth, getting that, no, 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 no. So I try not to use too much of like my throat in order to get that edginess. It's a bit more of an edgy sound that is more like in the roof of my mouth, almost like if you're just irritated and you lash out at somebody, you know, it just kind of whips out and it's not really coming from your throat. It's a little bit, you know, almost like a bark, I guess, in a way. No, 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 ma, 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 ma. Mama, mama, mama. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over, right over. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold water with you. And although time may take us, ma 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 ma. So you kind of hear where I'm going with that. So this is all in the original key, D minor, but I can lower the key. and sing it lower too. So that's a good way to practice. Sometimes if it is too high, you can lower the key and practice singing it there. And then when you master that, then you can raise the key. So this is B minor. Everybody. So sometimes it takes a moment to find what the note is you're supposed to sing. It's lower now because you're starting on a B minor instead of a D minor. So. Okay, here we go. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Doing a little vibrato. Ba-da. Okay, so even ma. Ma ma ma, beady beady bop, ma na ma na ma bum 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 ba dum. All right, let's try that again. Everybody gets high sometimes, you know. What else can you do when you're feeling low? So take a deep breath and let it go. I should have been drowning on your own. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold water with you. And although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with you. I want you to know I won't let go. I'll be your lifeline tonight. I won't let go. I'll be your lifeline tonight. All right, so now let's bring it up to the original key. So it was B minor before. Let's bring it back up to D minor. So okay. Ba da ba da ba 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 da. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba da ba 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 ba. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba. Ba da 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 ba ba da ba 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 ba. All right, here we go. Everybody gets high sometimes, you know. What else can you do when you're feeling low? So take a deep breath and let it go. You should have been drowning on your own. And if you feel you're sinking, I will jump right over into cold water with you. And although time may take us into different places, I will still be patient with you. I want you to know I won't let go. I'll be your lifeline lifeline tonight. I won't let go. I'll be your lifeline tonight. All right. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I feel this is pretty interesting. Kind of these little voice memos that I'm doing and sharing, because I don't know if a lot of other singers or musicians are doing this. Like how many times do we hear singers be vulnerable, right? It's almost like every time they sing, they have to sound absolutely perfect. They're a complete master and they never make mistakes. And so I think being able to play with this and being able to hear that I have times where I'm like right in the pocket and other times I'm not. And I think some people, when they try to sing for the first time, they hear the first sound that comes out and they're like, oh, I just don't have a good voice, like just whatever equipment you have biologically in your throat is just not, as high quality or something. And that's not true. You can probably hear when I sing that I am listening and I'm adjusting my voice to get the best tone. So even right now, my speaking voice is a little bit on the kind of nasalier side, but I can make it more nasally or more round, So when I go, nay, everybody gets high sometimes, like right there, that might sound higher to you, but it's not really. I'm singing the same note, but I'm singing it more nasally, so it sounds higher. So just from the beginning of that, everybody gets high sometimes, but now nasally. Everybody gets high sometimes, What else can we do when you're feeling low? I'm just singing it nasalier, but it sounds higher, right? I could do it lower and rounder, dopier. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody gets high sometimes, What else can you do when you're feeling low? So I'm singing the same note. I'm not singing it lower. I'm not singing, everybody gets high. Everybody gets high sometimes, right? I'm not going, everybody gets high sometimes, Everybody gets high sometimes, I'm singing the same note. Everybody gets high. Everybody gets high. Everybody gets high. That's the same note, but I'm just singing it with either a dopier sound, rounder and dopier. Maybe you could think of it like Patrick and SpongeBob. SpongeBob's very nasally. Everybody. Or Patrick. Everybody. Or any other person you could think of, like, Rocky Balboa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Or the dog from the Looney Tunes cartoons. Where'd he go, George? Where'd he go? So, just be aware and be optimistic. And maybe it's anime that's made me so determined, An anime protagonist would never give up, right? They would keep pushing forward until they achieve their dreams. So that's my perspective. I hope that's useful to some of you guys. All right, I'll see you around.